Good day. Once more, we interrupt your regularly scheduled program.
Welcome back, fans of Truth and Justice, to your Week 2 legislative update. We last left our union heroes of the Working Family Lobby Corps fighting off terrible anti-worker legislation that was flying through the Florida House. But Week 2 of this session saw a brief pause in the villainous bills from hitting the floors of the Florida legislature for full votes. That didn't stop our corporate evildoers from laser focusing on a parallel process to pass their terrible bills and seize more power for wealthy special interests in our state.
Holy Fourth Amendment.
Every 20 years, the Constitutional Revision Commission is impaneled to review the Florida Constitution with the help of the public and propose changes to be put on the ballot in the November elections for a vote. Unsurprisingly, in these dark days, this year's Florida Constitution Revision Commission has been anything but fair and democratic. The majority of the members on the commission were hand-picked by Governor Scott and legislative leadership, and they're using this special process to try and ram through many of the terrible bills working families continue to defeat in the Florida legislature.
Why do I surround myself with fools?
This week, the Education Committee of the CRC met to debate a proposal that would strip your local school board members from being fairly compensated for their public service. Spearheaded by for-profit charter and school privatization special interests, if passed, this measure would almost guarantee that only wealthy donors and business leaders could afford to take on these important roles in our communities, leaving educators and concerned parents without a voice in the process.
Revenge.
Revenge.
Revenge! Now we're cooking, huh?
Although the proposal was voted down in a prior meeting, committee members violated their own rules of order and brought it up again for reconsideration. Luckily, defenders of our public education system and democracy as a whole packed the committee meeting in opposition.
I do implore and ask you all to please not let school boards become an elitist society in which only the affluent would be able to serve.
I think it sends the wrong message to our children and to our public, because school board members play a vital role. They work very hard, and I believe they deserve to be compensated.
I would like to discuss the merits or lack thereof with this proposal, but I can't. The matter has been settled. This proposal was voted down. Now, there have been some explanations given to the press, some explanation given earlier here, but none of those answer the clear rules violation that is occurring right now.
We appreciate you taking the time to come today.
Madam Chair,
Mike Thomas.
Before the vote is taken, I think there should be an
explanation
explanation to all these people here
Sir,
as to how you are violating the rules.
Do I have actually a sergeant at arms or someone here? I have to move to the next speaker.
It would be
I
easier
don't
to
have
explain the
time
violation.
in the agenda.
In a win for working families, this terrible measure was voted down by the commission, no doubt with the help of a fiery public testimony session from citizen activists. But there are many bad proposals just like this flying through the CRC that we will continue to cover in the coming weeks. Working family heroes also flew into action on Wednesday this week by speaking out against bringing the big utility-backed practice of hydraulic fracturing or fracking to Florida. Instead of focusing on cleaner, healthier, and more cost-effective ways of meeting our state's energy needs, big utility companies want to risk Florida's environmental safety and safe drinking water with this potentially dangerous method of extracting natural gas. In solidarity, activists from across the state delivered 8,000 letters in opposition to a proposed new FPL fracked gas burning plant in South Florida.
Florida is ground zero for climate change. This frac plant can contribute to higher sea level rise, climate gentrification that's currently impacting communities of color, extreme weather conditions. Year after year, we're setting record high temperatures, as well as health impacts with water contamination and poor air quality. So Governor Rick Scott, we are encouraging you, we're mandating that you stop this proposed FPL fracked gas plant in Dania Beach and push for more renewable energy sources.
Thursday was Apprenticeship Day at the Capitol, with union locals representing a variety of different trades, highlighting their important training and education programs across the state.
Apprenticeship is not an alternative to college, but it is equal to college. It's known as college in the workforce. We're very high-paid, high-skilled, and you don't have to have the skills to get into our program. We teach you those skills. And that's basically what apprenticeship is. A student should really consider this as an opportunity to get ahead. It's just another avenue into the world of work where you don't have to basically pay for it. They pay you to learn it.
The brave men and women of the Working Family Lobby Corps held strong in week 2 and shared their experiences.
I'm up here to speak to my legislators on issues that are important to labor and to working families across the state of Florida.
I'm here just to make sure everyone who's in office knows how, what they do here affects us. And it's good that they get to see the people who get them in office and to hold them accountable for what they're doing while they're here.
This was an eye-opening experience, and I think everybody should come up here at least once to experience it, to see how the things work.
To actually interact with the people who have effect on your life, I think is very important.
They're trying to keep the working class and blue collar down, and we're trying to help bring it back up, because without us, there isn't anything.
Without us here, things would just go rampant. A lot of bad bills would be in effect. We need you here. You need to come. You need to fill these halls for the workers.
That wraps up your Week 2 update, but we already have a sneak preview of some of the terrible legislation that will reach the House floor next week. HB 25, union-busting legislation that threatens to strip our public servants from having a voice on the job, was just put on the agenda for Wednesday, January 24th on the House floor. Take a minute to call 855-235-2469 to tell your local Florida representative to vote no on this unnecessary and anti-worker bill. With your help, heroes, we'll foil this evil plot to destroy unions in our state and deliver another blow to injustice in the corporate-dominated halls of our state capital. We'll see you next week, heroes. Same union time, same union channel. Solidarity.